There it is, guys. The Great Divide. Aang said in awe. Wow. I could just stare at it forever. Eno said. Okay, I've seen enough, Sokka said. How can you not be fascinated? Did Sokka? Hinata asked. This is the largest cannon in the entire world, Katara said. Then I'm sure we'll be able to see it very clearly from the air while we fly away, Sokka said, shoving past Sokka. If you're looking for the cannon guide, I was here first. The Ganjin, sorry, the Jin, the Ganjin tribesman said. Ooh, cannon guide sounds informative, Sakura said. Believe me, he's more than a tour guide. He's an earthbender, oblivious to the fact. Oh, oblivious to the fact that, that Sokka is behind him, mocking him, and the only way in and out of the cannon is with his help, and he's taking my tribe across next. The Jin, the Ganjin tribesman said. Calm down. We know you're next, Sai said. You wouldn't be calm if the Fire Nation destroyed your home and forced you to flee. My whole tribe has to walk thousands of miles to the capital city of Ba Sing Se, the Ganjin tribesman said. You're refugees. To, 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 Tamari said. Ha! Tell me something I don't know, the Ganjin tribesman said. A large group of poorly dressed people start walking toward them. It's that your tribe? Naruto asked. It most certainly is not. That's Z- the Zaun, the Zang tribe. A bunch of low-life thieves. They've been the enemies of my tribe for 100 years. Whistles to them. Hey, Zangs! I'm saving a spot for my tribe, so don't even think about stealing it. The Ganjin tribesman said. Where are the rest of your Ganjin? The Zang, the Zang, the Zang leader asked. Still tidying up their campsite, the Zhang leader said. Yes, but they're. But yeah, sorry. Yes, but they sent me ahead of them to hold a spot. The Ganjin tribesman said, I didn't know. The Cannon guide took reservations, the Zhang leader said. Ha, of course you didn't. That's the ignorance I'd expect from a Meshi Zhang. So unorganized and ill portioned for a journey, and so ill prepared for a journey. The Zhang tribes members yell out in protest, Hey! Watch it! Behind them, Katara and Aang look at each other, worried, but turn around to see a large pile of rocks being levitated up and thrown away. The cannon guide stands behind where the rocks used to be. Sorry about the wait, youngsters, the cannon guide said. Who's ready to cross the canyon? The cannon guide said. Sorry, the cannon guide asked. One of them, I think, Sasuke said, rushing forward. I was here first. My party is on their way. The Ganjin tribesman said. I can't guide people who aren't here, the cannon guide said, mockingly. Guess you guys will have to make the trip tomorrow, the Zhang leader said. Wait, here they come, the Ganjin tribesman said. A group of clean, f- f- fine, finely dressed people are coming towards them. To the kidding guide, you're not seriously gonna cave into these spoiled Ganjins. The Zhang leader asked. I mean, we're refugees too, and we're and we've got sick people that need shelter. The Zhang leaders said. I uh well, the cannon guide said. Well, we've got old people and who are weary from traveling. The Ganjin tribesman said. Sick people get priority over old people, the Zhang leader said. Maybe you Zhangs wouldn't have so many sick people if you were if you weren't such slobs. The Ganjin tribesman said. Enough! Aang shouted. Now, we will all go down together. Old and sick people will fly on Appa. Shikamaru, you take Appa, Aang said. What a drag. Appa, yip, Shikamaru said. Sometime later, you seem like a smart, you seem like smart girls. I bet you would enjoy hearing some history. The patrons of our tribe, Jin Wei, an earth-bending warrior who was assigned to import an important duty, transporting our sacred orb from the eastern gate to the western gate. Taking the orb from the east to the west represents the sun's rising and setting. In it was our tribe's ancient redemption ritual. But as he approached the gate, Jin Wei was attacked by one of the Zhangs, a vermin named Wei Jin, who looked at the orb with envy. That coward Wei Jin knocked Jin Wei to the ground and stole our sacred orb. Our people have never forgiven them. You can never trust a Zhang, the Ganjin leader said. You seem like smart boys. I bet you love hearing some history. Our conflict with the Ganjin goes back over 100 years. Our forefather Wei Jin was leaving the western gate of our village when he saw a figure in the distance. It was a man of the Ganjin tribe, Jin Wei, collapsed on the ground. Noble Wei Jin stopped to help Jin Wei. Sorry, stopped to help him. Jin Wei was transporting a sacred orb, a very powerful relic used in his tribe's redemption ritual. Wei Jin tried to tend to the man's wounds, but Jin Wei insisted the orb was more important and asked him to take it back to his tribe. Kind Wei Jin promised to send help for the man as soon as he could, but as Wei Jin crossed the border the, to return the orb to Dan Jin territory, he was arrested, incarcerated, and instead of thanking him for his kind and selfless deed, they sentenced him to 20 long years in prison. We Zhangs will never forgive that injustice, the Zhang leader said. Sometime later, too bad we can't rewrite history. You thieves stole our sacred orb from Jin Wei, the Gan Jin leader said. Draws his sword, draws her sword. You tyrants unjustly imprisoned Wei Jin for 20 long years, the Zhang leader said, sighs in frustration. Wait a second, Wei Jin, I know those guys, Aang said. Yes, yes, we're all aware of the story, the Ganjin leader said. No, I mean, I really knew them. I might not look it, but I am 112 years old. I was there 100 years ago, on the day you're talking about. There seems to be a lot of confusion about what happened. First of all, Jin Wei and Wei Jin weren't enemies. They were brothers, twins in fact, and they were eight. And most importantly, they were just playing a game. The sacred orb from the legend deck was the ball, and the eastern and western gates were the goalpost. Jin Wei had the ball and was running towards the goal when he fell and fumbled it. Wei Jin didn't steal the ball, he picked it up and started running it towards the other goal, but he stepped out of bounds, so the official put him in the penalty box, not for 20 long years, but for 2 short minutes. There was no stealing and no putting anyone in prison. It was just a game, Aang said. You're saying the sacred orb was actually a sacred ball? The Zhang leader said. Nope, just a regular ball, Aang said. What about our tribe's redemption ritual? A Ganjin man said. That's what the game was called. Redemption. And as soon as you got the ball from one end to the other, everyone would yell, Redemption! The tribe leaders looked at each other suspiciously. Don't get me wrong, suspiciously. Don't get me wrong, Wei Jin was kind of a slob and Jin Wei was a little stuffy. That much is true, but they respected each other's differences enough to share the same playing field. To the Gaijin leader, I suppose it's time we for- forget the past, the Zhang leader said, bowing, and look to the future, the Ganjin leader said. Let us travel to the Earth Kingdom capital as one tribe, the Zhang leader said. Both tribes cheered as they started walking. Yeah! Some time later. That's some luck you knew, Jin Wei and Wei Jin, Sokka said. You could call it luck, or you could call it lying, Aang said. Flabbergasted, what? Team Avatar said in unison. I made the whole thing up, Aang said. Shocked, you did not. In a devilish sentiment. That's so wrong, Avatar said.